Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Marvel Studios' second day panel at Comic-Con 2022 made insane announcements about everything for the next 2 years, all the way through the end of Phase 6. Black Panther Wakanda Forever confirmed to end Phase 4, Blade, Captain America New World Order, Thunderbolts, Daredevil Born Again, and Agatha Covenant Chaos, Thunderbolts ending Phase 5, and then on to Phase 6, Fantastic Four, Avengers the Kang Dynasty, and Avengers Secret Wars. I'm gonna break down everything we learned about the future of MCU, the titles, the release dates, the casting news we know about, what might happen in all of these stories, how they'll all connect, and really how this all finally gives some direction to this multiverse saga, because until now, it's really just seemed to be about disconnected God logic and Disney Plus miniseries is ending in wah-wahs. What really is the multiverse saga and who is coming back? Now, my reaction to the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer is a separate video already on the channel. Be sure to check it out. My in-depth frame-by-frame breakdown of that trailer will come out on Monday. It was a heavy one. I need some time with it. Thank you for your patience. For further reactions to this moment by moment, please check out the Break Room episode of it. Jessica Clemens, Zach Huddleston, John Costa, and Erica Wusu did such a good job reacting to all that stuff. I wish I could have been in the room with them. Okay, let's break down all the release dates we know from now till forever. She-Hulk is coming August 17th, 2022. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, November 11th, 2022. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania coming February 17th, 2023. That will be the first title of Phase 5. Secret Invasion coming sometime spring 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 coming May 6, 2023. Echo is coming in the summer of 2023. Loki Season 2 is coming summer 2023. The Marvels coming July 28th, 2023. Blade has a release date finally, November 3rd, 2023. Ironheart is coming fall 2023. The series Agatha Coven of Chaos, formerly known as Agatha House of Harkness, that is coming winter 2023/winter 2024. Daredevil Born Again, an 18-episode series coming spring 2024. Captain America New World Order coming May 3rd, 2024. The Thunderbolts coming July 26th, 2024. That will end Phase 5. On to Phase 6. Fantastic Four finally has a release date of November 8th, 2024. Avengers The Kang Dynasty coming May 5th, 2025. Avengers Secret Wars ending Phase 6 in November 7th, 2025. Now, throughout Phase 6, there are a bunch of unfilled titles. 2 different series coming fall 2024, another series coming winter 2024, another title coming winter 2025, 2 titles coming spring 2025, and 2 other titles coming summer 2025. So of all these, let's start with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. This trailer was heartbreaking and heart-pounding. Tenoch Huerta is confirmed as Namor the Submariner, technically in Marvel Comics, Marvel's first mutant, ruler of the undersea kingdom of Atlantis. This trailer shows us the funeral process of T'Challa. We do not know yet how T'Challa will die in this story. The trailer does end with a new character in a gold and black vibranium suit. Presumably this is going to be Shuri, but they did not show her face yet. Dominique Thorne is playing Riri Williams, aka Ironheart. The most powerful moment of the trailer was Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda in a heartbreaking monologue about how she's lost her family. It looks like it's going to be adapting the insane 2012 Avengers vs. X-Men storyline in which Namor floods Wakanda with a tidal wave. As part of this conflict, Atlantis is weakened, and the character Atuma, another Atlantean who actually gets exiled from Atlantis, longtime villain to Namor, ends up becoming an ally with Namor. And this story is going to be the end of Phase 4, a phase that Marvel execs have recently described as a reaction to the events of the Infinity Saga of Endgame. So this story really makes sense as the last of the transitional stories. Ryan Coogler had an impossible task. He had no idea that Chadwick Boseman was suffering from his illness, and he wrote out the sequel assuming that T'Challa was going to be at the heart of the story. So he had to start from page 1 with a completely new story, knowing that everyone is still grieving Chadwick Boseman, and there is no one universally accepted way forward here. So it looks like they're going to be using the story to say goodbye to Chadwick Boseman, but also to look forward to what comes next. And what comes next could be a lot of different things, especially now that Phase 5 and Phase 6 are going to be looking at multiversal resets of everything. But before we get to Black Panther Wakanda Forever, we're gonna have She-Hulk coming August 17th. We got a new trailer for it, and I'm gonna react to it here. Here we go.
Wow!
Oh, she already hulked out.
What the hell, man? So I'm clearly nailing it at all these things.
Oh, they did the thunderclap!
You want to go back to your life as a lawyer, I respect that.
He doesn't mean that.
Oh, we're breaking the fourth wall. We're doing some Fleabag stuff here. I'm enjoying this.
Jennifer Waters. Namaste.
Emil
I
Blonsky.
have a serious conflict of interest. This man tried to kill my cousin, Bruce.
Yeah, that's quite all right.
Oh.
I'm very
Walters, we have
boy, Wang.
power. Our universe is on the edge of a precipice.
I'm a lawyer. We do things by the book.
The Book of Ashanti.
No, the book
Yeah.
of American loss.
Book of Ashanti's a better book to go by.
Let's do this.
Who are all these guys?
You know that friend you had in high school who was way cooler than you were attractive?
Ooh,
Got
baby.
all the attention from everyone. Hello.
Oh, she's like in a support group for all of them.
Jealous, is that what I'm feeling?
He tried to do the Thor punch. What? Matt Murdock representing the defense. I don't know what that means. Okay, so as we expected, Charlie Cox, Matt Murdock, is going to appear, and I like how he's got a different version of the suit. He's got the batons. It's more of the red on gold, it looks like. Very excited to see how the show opens the doors to a lot of different corners of the Marvel world, because as a legal comedy, right, each episode could be like a kind of a case of the week. You have Jamila Jamil as Titania, the longtime She-Hulk villain. We never really got confirmation of this, but we saw the DODC throughout Ms. Marvel, and it looked like we saw a headshot of Jamila Jamil among their investigation board. DODC is obviously gonna be a big part of this. They're the ones running this cube prison that's in the middle of the desert. Actually, this ends up becoming the home base of the Thunderbolts in the future. And now that we've got the Thunderbolts confirmed for the future of the MCU, this could be setting up the Thunderbolts a lot, especially since we're seeing Tim Roth come back as Emil Blonsky, Abomination. I think he could be a big part of the Thunderbolts. I love seeing Wang in this. I really think Phase 4 should have just been called the Wang Cinematic Universe, because he has been kind of a weird connective tissue to everything. All right, I wanna move on to the start of Phase 5, which is going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, coming February 17th, 2023. Catherine Newton is now gonna be playing Scott's daughter, Cassie Lang, aka Stature, one of the young Avengers in the future. Peyton Reed was out on the panel explaining how this is going to be spending a lot more time in the quantum realm. In the quantum realm, it's not what we think it is, according to Reed. Paul Rudd says Scott Lang is super proud of himself now for saving the universe. Scott, according to him, has been busy at work with a little book. And he says, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Now, we learned in Ms. Marvel that Scott Lang has a podcast series called Big Me, Little Me, part of This Powered Life, aka This American Life, but for superheroes. And that's how the world has learned a lot about what happened in the events of Infinity War and Endgame. And now it looks like he's writing it all up in a book. I just hope that he dedicates a chapter to that rat that ran across the quantum controls, because really that rat was the one thing that changed everything. There was some brief footage shown of it. Of course, Jonathan Majors is playing the villain, Kang the Conqueror. We saw a variant of Kang the Conqueror, He Who Reigns, in the Loki season finale. And now we're seeing the full version of Kang the Conqueror. He had this awesome exchange with Scott where Scott says, I am an Avenger, and Kang says, I am a conqueror. And Kang follows up with, you're an Avenger? Have I killed you before? Already setting up that Kang, as a conqueror, has someone who has already lived countless different lives and is the product of several different timelines of Kang. Of course, Bill Murray is confirmed in an unknown role, but he's gonna be playing another life form, someone who has a history with Janet Van Dyne and recognizes her. And the big headline here, MODOK is confirmed to appear. We don't know the actor yet. Bill Murray is not gonna be playing MODOK. There is some rumored speculation that Corey Stoll, who played Yellow Jacket Darren Cross in the 2015 Ant-Man, might play a mutated version of himself who has now become MODOK. But as the start of Phase 5, Quantumania is going to be the story that introduces us to Kang the Conqueror as the ruler of a dynasty of Kangs across the timeline, setting up all the events of Phase 6. All right, on to the next title, Secret Invasion, coming spring 2023. Colby Smulders came out on stage to talk a bit about the show. Some brief footage was shown of Nick Fury on the run, perhaps hunting Skrulls. Don Cheadle is confirmed to be playing Rhodey, War Machine, in this story. Other than that, not a ton of updates about Secret Invasion. Then, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, coming May 5th, 2023. James Gunn came out on the stage with several in the cast, a very, very emotional panel. James Gunn said that Volume 3 is going to be, quote, about the end, that this is the end of that story. Some stories have an end, doesn't mean everybody dies though. We got further confirmation that Will Poulter is going to be playing Adam Warlock, the guy in the Golden Cocoon in the Volume 2 post-credit scene, and confirmation that many of us have been speculating about, that Chukwudi Iwuji, who you might have seen in the amazing series Peacemaker that James Gunn directed, is going to be playing Herbert Wyndham, the High Evolutionary. Our man actually appeared in costume and said, I can't wait to dissect all of you and see what I learn. So, Herbert Wyndham, High Evolutionary, a character in Marvel Comics very connected to the mutants in X-Men, and Nathaniel Essex, Mr. Sinister. The High Evolutionary would create these human-animal crossbreeds called the Animen. He actually had a castle on Mount Wundagore. It'd be awesome if this somehow connected to Multiverse of Madness, but it sounds like this story is gonna be very much about Rocket. James Gunn said that this movie is gonna be how Rocket is one of the saddest beings in the universe. There was some brief footage shown, all set to Flaming Lips, Do You Realize? And we saw lots of stuff, including Gamora hanging out with the Ravagers, some shots of Mantis doing a weird little dance, Adam Warlock is there, and there's a shot of a large hand reaching into a cage to pet baby Rocket. We're gonna see Rocket's origin, one of the longest running mysteries from the first Guardians of the Galaxy film, why he has those scars on his back, why he's so sensitive about his origin, and how he is not actually a raccoon. He's a trash panda, but he's not a panda either. He is one of these creatures probably created by Herbert Wyndham, the High Evolutionary. Also, we learned that Maria Bakalova is gonna be playing Cosmo, the space dog, who we saw in Guardians Volume 1, and in an episode of What If, she's gonna be doing the voice. Okay, next title, Echo, coming summer 2023. All we learned was really a release date about it, but Maya Lopez coming back from Hawkeye. Vincent D'Onofrio is going to appear in this story as Kingpin. He did not die at the end of Hawkeye. Watch our Hawkeye breakdowns to explain why that gunshot didn't mean he died. Okay, The Marvels is coming July 28th, 2023. We didn't have any of the cast, we didn't focus on it too much, but we know that Kamala Khan, Monica Rambeau, and Carol Danvers are all gonna be part of the story. We saw at the Ms. Marvel post-credit scene that through those bangles, Kamala Khan and Carol Danvers swapped places, making it seem like they are going to be the nega bands. I'm wondering if Monica Rambeau could be also part of this. Maybe all three of them share a link through the negative zone. And now that we know that Kamala Khan is a mutant, I'm hoping that Rogue could show up in the story. I'd love if they had that comic storyline where she drains their powers. Okay, we also saw that Loki season 2 is coming summer 2023. It is currently in production. We don't know too much about it yet. Big confirmation, we learned that Blade is coming November 3rd, 2023. Mahershala Ali is playing Blade. I'm assuming he's gonna connect with Dane Whitman based off of the post-credits scene of Eternals and a plot involving the Ebony Blade. There are some rumors that Ethan Starr from The Boys is being approached to play Dracula, though those rumors have not been confirmed yet. Ironheart, Riri Williams, joining the MCU in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but she's gonna get her own miniseries in fall 2023. And then in winter 2023/2024, we got Agatha Harkness solo series, which is now titled Agatha Coven of Chaos, formerly titled Agatha House of Harkness. Coven of Chaos, why did they change the name? Well, chaos, probably a reference to chaos magic, which is a kind of power that Wanda Maximoff uses. But this idea of a coven makes us wonder who else is in the coven. Let's cling to hope that Elizabeth Olsen will return in this series. I believe that Elizabeth Olsen is trapped in hell. Major confirmation here, Daredevil Born Again, a series lasting 18 episodes coming spring 2024, starring Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock Daredevil and Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk Kingpin. This is the largest episode release order we have gotten yet in the MCU Disney Plus episode series. 18 episodes? What is this, a CBS show that our grandparents watch? I love this! Not only gonna get to spend more time with these characters, the writers are gonna get more work. Now, Charlie Cox was already introduced in Spider-Man No Way Home. He's gonna appear in She-Hulk, prosecuting some cases alongside Jennifer Walters. Now, Born Again, of course, the name of one of the most famous Daredevil runs by Frank Miller. That was actually, I think, one of the first Marvel Comics storylines I read, because I started reading DC Comics. I knew Frank Miller from DC Comics. I'm like, oh, that guy did Daredevil too? Cool. Born Again, just incredible. I'm so excited for this series. Okay, next, the fourth Captain America film, Captain America New World Order, coming May 3rd, 2024. Anthony Mackie is now Captain America in the MCU after The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Malcolm Spellman's gonna be writing the screenplay. He's the guy behind The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, New World Order, what does that mean? This is a 20th century political term that really started with people like Woodrow Wilson and Winston Churchill when the League of Nations was being formed in the aftermath of World War I to talk about how geopolitics has really shifted. Now the term New World Order is really associated with conspiracy theories. And that's what I hope this title digs into. What has been great about the Captain America films in the MCU is that they do not shy away from politics. Obviously, the first one was more of a throwback film exploring World War II, but also the dark side of war propaganda. Captain America the Winter Soldier, my favorite MCU film, dug into things like government surveillance and uses of drones. Captain America Civil War explored the political ramifications of the events of Age of Ultron and how every time you're kicking ass to save the world, there's always a body count. So now this fourth Cap film to explore conspiracy theories. I mean, this following Multiverse of Madness actually using the term Illuminati, fascinating. And it shows that the MCU is not afraid to explore how these topics are warping our political lives. And then phase 5 will end with Thunderbolts, coming July 26th, 2024. I think it's fascinating that this is coming right after New World Order, because the Thunderbolts is the Dark Avengers. Everything that we've seen Val been doing, Julia Louis-Dreyfus character assembling another team, including Yelena Belova, John Walker, we assume Abomination, I assume the Thunderbolts is gonna be her version of Avengers that the American public rallies behind, but actually they're a bunch of assholes. And then on to Phase 6, starting with the Fantastic Four, November 8th, 2024. All we know is a release date for this movie. We're probably gonna meet some of the cast at D23, I would imagine. And the fact that we're getting Fantastic Four in the year 2024 confirms my theory that we're gonna see Doom appear in some upcoming post-credit scene within the next year. Now, we did meet John Krasinski as Reed Richards in the 838 universe of Multiverse of Madness, and the producers of that movie confirmed that his portal was based on Doom's time platform. So the question is, what universe are we going to meet the Fantastic Four in? Are we going to meet the Fantastic Four in Marvel 616? Are we going to meet several different versions of the Fantastic Four? Have the Fantastic Four been there the whole time? Doctor Strange had that line of, didn't you guys chart in the 60s? Which is obviously just a joke about like the Beatles and other Fab Four music groups, and that Stephen Strange has that kind of like music knowledge. But I would love this movie established that in the 60s, there was a Fantastic Four in the 616 MCU. That was Peyton Reed's pitch for a Fantastic Four movie back in the day. I think as the first movie of Phase 6, it's going to be very important for this movie to set up the rules for the multiverse, to actually give us some terms. They can hint at it in the upcoming titles in Phase 5, but this is the movie that's really going to have to set the rules of the road. Reed's whole incursion speech in Multiverse of Madness was based on John Hickman's storyline leading up to Secret Wars in the comics. I need to see some diagrams. Feige, give me a textbook. Okay, on to Avengers the Kang Dynasty, coming May 5th, 2025. So we met the variant of Kang and the end of Loki. I assume we're going to be exploring more of the Kang variants in Loki Season 2, and of course we're going to meet Kang the Conqueror and Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. And what's so fascinating about Kang is that these versions of Kang can all die, they can be defeated, but Kang is like a whack-a-mole. There are infinite numbers of Kang who can keep reappearing and pulling the rug out from underneath you. He's impossible to kill. You gotta find Kang Prime. You gotta go back to the origin point of the Kangs. The origin point, by the way, Nathaniel Richards in the 31st century, an origin that also gives us Iron Lad for the Young Avengers. My hope for this story, the Kang Dynasty, is that we just let Jonathan Majors take over the story and play several different versions of himself. Kang versus Kang. And we do something that the second act of Endgame did that I kind of wanted all of Endgame to be, which is to revisit all the events in the 616 MCU timeline to learn why the sacred timeline was so sacred and how it was really crafted by a version of Kang or versions of Kang. Every major nexus moment, every branch pruned, was done so by Kang for a specific reason. In general, I'm not crazy when fictional franchises say this is one character who behind it all, other than when they said it was Agatha all along. Kang is the ultimate bad guy you can do that with, though, because that is what the Marvel Comics did. So many characters were found to have been influenced by Kang at some point. And this will set the stage for Avengers Secret Wars, the end Phase 6, coming November 7th, 2025. Now, the Russo brothers have been asked many times whether they are going to be directing this story. They keep playing coy about it. I think they're really the directors for the job. Now, there are two eras of Secret Wars in the Marvel Comics. There was one in the 80s with the Beyonder, and there was one in 2015 where it was Dr. Doom behind it all. I think they're going to be doing the latter, the 2015 storyline, just because of everything Reed said in Multiverse of Madness. He was using some of the same dialogue from the storylines that led into that Secret Wars. What will be the universes colliding in Secret Wars? Obviously 616, but with who else? 838? 1610? I don't know if you can have a Secret Wars without a Miles Morales, without a Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark, without the X-Men, without the Fantastic Four. This is the storyline where you get everyone to come back. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson. We didn't hear anything about the X-Men in this panel. I think they're going to be coming in D23, and now we had plenty of time to get the X-Men into the MCU, because if you look at that Phase 6 lineup, there are several open slots on that calendar that they have not revealed yet. I think they're going to be revealed at D23, and I think we're going to see the X-Men in Phase 5 and Phase 6. That is everything we learned at this panel. But again, D23 coming. We didn't learn anything about Armor Wars or Wonder Man, Werewolf by Night. We didn't hear anything about a Wanda Maximoff solo title. I'm still holding on to hope that we will. Again, my breakdown of the Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer is coming Monday on the channel. And there's so much to talk about. I'm so pumped to now finally know where the MCU is going. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.